Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we've struck oil. All right. So I thought, what do we need next? We need this. Okay, so this is the shore, the ramp. Remember the ramp that I have that connects to the ferry? That's what this is. And then what I'm doing now is I'm just building a refinery component to it, and it has a tractor, so that way we can. The tractor also needs to be configured. Um, yeah, the tractor also needs to be configured. So the idea here is that I don't even know. Let me explain. I'm going to save this. Let me explain. All right. So once we have the crude oil, we have a couple of options. We can refine it and sell it, or we can sell the oil. I guess those are the two options. So if we just sell the oil, it's going to be a volume trade, and all we're going to be doing is going to the uh, wellhead, filling up, and then going to the refinery and selling. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good sale, back and forth, back and forth. But if we build a refinery which sits here that we can get access to from the sea, it expands our options. We can then either load it onto a train. But what I want to do actually is I want to store it. So I want to refine it and I want to directly store it into the base. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to set this facility up here, and let's do that right now. Let's um, see if I can get the weather to clear up here. And it looks like it is. We'll just turn the fog down. All right. So let's spawn this thing in. See if it even drives. I don't even know what this thing is. It's just a crazy mix of everything. It doesn't work. There's going to be a little bit to get it working. Not too much, but just a little bit. But essentially the crude oil is stored on this side, and then it's refined on this side, and that's where it'll be exported. Throttle, what is that, like 2? I wonder if it has the RPS limiter on it. Doesn't sound like it. Oh, there it goes. Wow, this thing is fast. This thing is huge. Alright, so I mean, really, if I put another one of these on here, I could just drill. This would be the ultimate oil rig, and then I could just make it so I could just drive in the ocean. I could just drive down on the ocean floor to the spot. Hmm. Hmm. Again, the only problem with that is that none of the pumps will work, so. Alright, so eventually we'll get there. Yeah, and then that way we'll still have access to the ramp. So if we want to export smaller batches with a truck and stuff, we can do that. We can come here, we can fill up, and then get on the ferry and sail somewhere. Oh yeah, looks like we could get set up right out there. The only thing is launching the tractor. We need to have a little bit of room to launch the tractor. Oh no! So wherever we want this thing to be, let's see. We'll set it up. We'll set it up right here. Oof, yeah, it worked. Actually, we kind of want to have access to the. Let's see. Then at least we could still use the ramp. If we put it in reverse. Okay, it doesn't want to reverse. That is bad. Alright, so if we stop it there, and then we anchor to the structure. Okay, there we go. Then we can still use the ramp if we need to. We can still get in here with a ferry. Oh, that's cool. Alright, and that's basically that. And then if we need to, we can launch the tractor. I suppose it would be difficult to launch it from that position. So we'd have to launch the machine, and then we would have to move this machine into position. I do want to check to see the ramp here. Let's see. This is unlock the ramp, and then this will say 1. I know I have to be careful when I'm using this thing. Does it, yeah, see, it should have a secondary lock on it. So that way it doesn't just sit there and swing. And then that way when we want it to go up, it could go up to there and then it could just lock into place. Yeah, which is what I need. So I'll have to look at something like that. that's cool. We can still use it. Here, let's get a ferry over here. Look how big that thing is. All right, and we'll load the battle ferry, maybe. Where is it here? Is it this one? Is this one complete down below too? One of them I completed. I think that was the battle ferry that I completed. This is just the ferry, I think. Yeah. Unless that's on the workshop somewhere. Wherever it is. Well, if I have to use that one, I will. Oh yeah, there's the battle ferry. This is the one that's capable. All right, so we'll spawn this one in. I think this one has the limiter. It looks like it does. No, is there no way to get on from? Nope, no way to get on from the ocean. I'll have to fix that. Okay, so how do I get up from the inside? Like, all right, systems. Oh yeah, this thing turns on a dime. Turns on a dime. I had to change that around. But it'll be okay for this kind of stuff. The little radar. I'm gonna change that. So we'll come around and we'll test the compatibility. This is cool because right across the bay, like, I can sell diesel there, and I can sell diesel here. You know, and I can run containers with the ferry. It's a neat little spot. I do want to work on this as well. We'll get another, just try and revamp it a little bit. And all we got, ferry. I wonder how many engines it's got in here. One, two, three, four, five. Oh yeah, it needs to be worked on. The up and the down. So there's still a little bit that needs to be done. This is an old. Let's see. Unlock gate when up. Unlock gate when down. Second gate up. Gate magnets. What's that? No idea. So I wonder if I have to activate the gate from down below. I probably do. I probably do. Alright, so let's get this to 0 then. And let's go see if what I gotta do. I'm assuming it's from this station here. Down lock. And then alright, so that's a go. Actually, I'll have to square up with the dock. Yeah, if I changed these to smaller size, I'd get more power out of it. It would actually go a bit faster. So we'll see. We'll see what mods I need to make to the ferry to get it to work. Okay, so we just want to get close to it. And then you can hear the engines idling really high and then really low, really high, really low. That's in the limiter here. I just have to change the sensitivity on it, so it's smoother. Then once we get smoother action, again, we'll also get more power out of the engine. So we'll get close. And then I'll have to connect from the ship side, all right. Now let's see what we have to do here. Is we need to go out. We're out as far as we can go. Okay. So we need to go down really. Right. So what we can do here is this is where we can use our ropes kind of to our advantage, and I think that's what I was doing with these. I don't know if I have any ropes on here. I don't have any ropes on this side. Oh, they're cables. Alright, that works too. So obviously we're assuming the ferry is a lot closer than it is. I'll be able to do this way. Oh yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll cheat a little bit. So we can do that. Right, this structure is anchored. So we can get away with pulling on it with the ropes and everything will be alright. Alright, there we go. So now we can just pull the ferry in and then drop the gate down, hopefully when it's close. Let's see. Alright, well those buttons don't work, so we have to do it on the ferry side. So if it's a storm or something, this is pretty good. Alright, now what we can do is drop it down even more. This might be a little high. I don't know if this will be. Alright, now we have to get close. Yeah, look how steep that is. I don't even know if we'll be able to climb this with the trucks. That might just be way too steep on this side. Where I can come in on the other side where the railroad tracks are. That's no big deal. Which is probably what we're going to have to do. That's way too steep. I don't know if we can, yeah. Actually, we probably could if we have winches at the top. That is a possibility. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go down. Alright, so now we're down on the ferry. Let's just see if we can get this alignment happening a little bit here. There we go. Now that connector, oh, there it is. Now we're connected. There we go. See, now I don't know if that's, let's get a truck over here and let's see if this is going to be too steep. I don't know if it'll be too steep for a tractor. But that, to try and get over that hump. There. So then the rear gate is 3, and then just like that. All right. Okay, let's go get a truck. Let's go get a truck. So the one vehicle that we have that we know will fit on to the ferry is this one here. This big bad baddie. All right. Now this thing is cool. I think this is our speed here. Or heat. I don't know. Alrighty, so yeah, if this doesn't work, if this is too steep, then what we have to do is we have to drive down into the water where the railroad tracks go down into the water, and we'll have to set the machine there on an angle, and that's fine. And then that way we can use the ramp, right? Then it'll be low enough and we'll have a better angle on the ramp for the vehicles to use. Versus this very steep angle because it's so tall. Okay, so up is the variable brake on this. All right, that's good to know. That's good to know. I should have picked up a container. Next time, I'll pick up a container. Yeah, it might have to go down in the water there. So it still has to have power to get up the hill. So we have to be careful with this. This is cool. This is cool. Now it's this part here that we have to be careful about because the angle is so steep. Slow. As long as we don't bottom out, it looks like we didn't bottom out. So as long as we don't bottom out, we should be okay. And then, if I need to, I can always winch. Look at that. Look at that. Whew. Just. Yeah, and I don't think this has the locks on it for... No, it doesn't have the locks on it for this truck yet. See how it's got a spot on the bottom there to lock into the ship? Doesn't have it on the ferry yet. So now let's see if we can reverse. Same principle. We just have to be able to get up the hill. So here, I'm just going to go with a little bit of speed because I think that's what it's going to need. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah, see, might not be able to do it. Right, might just be a little too steep. Now, if I didn't reverse and I was able to go forward, I could steer. That's kind of the problem I'm having here is I can't steer from the backside. But I did it. I was able to go down and come back out. So I could always reverse onto the ferry from here. That's cool. Just thinking, right? Because if you ever want to export a little bit of fuel, or if we just need to get some fuel somewhere, we can get that from this whole setup now. Nice. All right, so let's take the truck I'm in. We'll just clean it up. And then the ferry, we'll just clean that up. So that's gone. And then this vehicle here, let's take it back to the workbench. Cool. So as you can see, the development continues. What do I say I needed? I needed on where this comes out. Oh yeah. Because this slides out, this whole thing slides out. And because it releases there and then it slides out, right? That's two separate bits. This and that, yeah. So then what we need is a connector here. Oh, can I get one in there? No, it's got to be up here. We need something like that. Oops. Oh, that was cool. Need something like that. So then I need a button there, and I need a few more buttons. Now that's basically what I need to do now is finish connecting everything, and I'll kind of do that. And then in the next video, we'll set this up, we'll test it, we'll get it refining, we'll bring oil from the well here, and we'll see if we can get it refining. So thank you so much for watching. There was a lot. As you can see, it took a long time to take all the elements and bring them together, but sometimes that's what it takes. You just have to play around until you get an idea and build a concept. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next one.